What's going on? It's your boy, Brother L, and I'm back with another one. And this one is going to be about how nature reveals the true attraction triggers, how nature tells the truth about attraction with females. But real quick, I'm not here to sell you nothing. I'm not here to ask for your money. All I ask for is you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And turn on post notifications for the newest updated content for you to check out. And also, if you do not like the channel, go ahead, hit the dislike button and tell me why down below. I want to know. If you're a woman and you disagree, if you're a man and you disagree, just let me know down below so we can discuss this and get to find out what the true nature of women and the male dynamic is so that we can get towards having families again. That's the goal. That's one of the goals that I have for this channel is to create families again in America and throughout the world, of course. But it's really struggling in America. But hey, anyways, let's get into it. Now, over the weekend, all right, it was Memorial Day weekend, so I hope everyone have a blessed Memorial Day weekend. And respect to all the killed in action, missing in action, and the prisoner of wars. I served in the Marines for 4 years, so God bless the guy that never made it home, and all the other ones that didn't, the one that I know, and all the ones that didn't. But anyways, I'll go ahead and drop off my nephew, right? And so I'm out his neighborhood and we go to the Wawa's and, I want to give him some money for school for the next day so he can have snacks for school or whatever. And I see this woman, well, what I thought was a woman, okay, calling my nephew and like, hey, that, and laughing and smiling and waving at him and stuff. And then, so we go in the store. So she comes in later on behind us. We see her in the store. And we walk past and she smiles and looks at my nephew. And then and we go out and she's just like giggly. And I'm like, who's that? Is that the parent? Well, that was actually one of his classmates. Um, Nowadays it's kind of hard to tell. Adolescent, pre-developed teen from a woman sometimes. So that's what I asked, and that was one of his classmates, and she was just so giggly over him, so bubbly over him, and I already heard that he was that there was another woman. Oh, well, I keep saying woman. There was another girl that was playing around with him, and I heard of another girl. So this is like I'm noticing that he's getting to that age now where women are physically attracted to him. Well, I say physically, but I should say women are attracted to him. Period. Right? Because with women, physical attraction is that's like a real quick first thing, but with women, their attraction triggers are much more complex. And I didn't notice this with his older brother. Okay, his older brother was more of the quiet type. Didn't get into as much trouble, right? But with him, I'm not saying that he's a bad boy, right? But he's been in a fight at school where he won the fight. Um, he kind of acts out or whatever. He's more social. He's more like that. I don't want to say boy, because his older brother plays football and all of that, so he's a boy too. He's just more quiet and mellow, whereas the younger brother is more social, more boisterous. He's more aggressive, like that. And I'm noticing that he is getting more female attention than what the older brother ever did get at that age and even now. And you see the two differences in the two different boys. And I'm seeing what these women are drawn to, right? They're drawn to men or I should say males. These females are drawn to males who are more assertive. And it gets looked at in school as bad behavior, right? You know, um, he got in trouble because he recorded the fight, and his mother found it on his phone, and he got into a lot of trouble. But with the women, they're seeing a male who can protect them, so they're drawn to that. Him, he when I say he's aggressive, like he'll always like to sit in the back of the car and then smack his big brother upside the head. Well, I'm sure he's probably doing that in class or whatever, playing around with the boys, smacking them around or whatever. The women see that, they look at that assertiveness, they look at that aggression as a form of protection, as a form of strength, and they're attracted to that. I'm saying this, and for anybody that's going to be in the comment section that's saying, "Oh, you can't generalize," I'm saying this because these are children. All right, the most honest people that we have in our lives, tend to be children. Yeah, they can tell lies. We get it. They tell lies. They steal the cookies from the cookie jar and they lie about it and all this and the other. But when you're talking to children, it's like they're so young and so innocent. Sometimes they don't even know how to lie. So a lot of times, that's why I said some of the best, um, you know, testimony or witness to something can be a child, because you ask them what they say, they're going to tell you what somebody said, right? So what I'm just saying is that I'm seeing these as results. I'm seeing these habits. I'm seeing this nature in little girls, okay, and women who are just now developing into their puberty, right? Who are just now reaching puberty, who are just now feeling these feelings they never felt before, feeling their butterflies up in their chest, and feeling that giggly fit schoolgirl feeling of a boy that they like, because they see traits that they like, and they'll grow up to be women who also like this in men. And that's why a lot of times you see women complaining about men, because they're choosing men that have these types of traits, but they'll complain about them because a lot of men that had these types of traits can't balance it out with the other traits that are not as attractive, but they help to smooth out that rough edge that the females are attracted to. So you can't make this up. You can't say that there's some type of front, because these are children and they're innocent as I don't know what, and they're just behaving off the feelings and emotions that these little girls feel. Okay, they're not putting on the front. They're not trying to run the game. They don't know about, oh no, no, you let the man approach you. Oh no, no, no. They don't know nothing about that yet. They probably even haven't even had those conversations with their parents yet. But yet they're exhibiting the same behaviors that we find in grown up adults and grown females. All right. So go ahead, understand these things, and check out my channel for more videos, because this, honestly, if you want to see how nature works, they say study animals and study children, and you'll see it. They look at children to plan a future ahead. All right. There's even been cases where they say they go into third grade classes and look at the children, and that's how they determine how many jails they're going to build later on. Because the behaviors that you exhibit as a child are telltale behaviors of how you can behave as an adult. And I'm seeing these behaviors in children. The same behaviors that I see in children, I see in grown females, adults, which proves right then and there that this isn't a learned behavior. This is a God-given natural behavior that the creator has put within the women. And we have to study this and understand it in order to have relationships that work in real life. All right. So y'all, I love y'all. Thanks for watching. Peace until the next time.